Welcome back to the channel. My name is Steven. I'm a pharmacist. I own 53 units of real estate and I help coach people to buy their first multifamily deal. So today I want to talk about active income. So for active income, the more I've been in business, the more I've been owning real estate, the more I've been working my W-2, it's making me appreciate my active income. Like I was talking to one of my close friends who recently got a job at NVIDIA, and he was basically telling me that what's crazy is I think Christine bought $3,000 worth of NVIDIA stock back in 2020. And then now it's 6x to $18,000 in her Roth. And I was just thinking about my friend telling me about all his coworkers in NVIDIA who started there in 2020. And every year on average, between the stock options they received and the amount of stocks they could buy themselves at a discount, they averaged about $100,000 in stocks a year at NVIDIA. So imagine you got $100,000 of stock a year in NVIDIA times 5 years, that's $500,000, and it's 6x'd. That's $3 million of net worth through NVIDIA stock. So to me, it's reiterating once again, most people make money through one thing, right? So for people who work at NVIDIA, I think they said that over 80% of the NVIDIA workers are millionaires. And I can see why. If you've worked in NVIDIA for the past 3 to 5 years and the stock's 6x and you get stock options, yeah, of course you'll be over. If you have $100,000 of stocks in a 6x, you're close to $1 million in net worth. So I believe it. But all these workers at NVIDIA, their one thing is working at NVIDIA. They're getting a nice income plus stock options and letting that compound over time. So that's their one thing. Their one thing is now you have $3 million in stock options. They can take a line of credit against it and borrow against their stocks to go buy a $1 million or $1.5 million property in the Bay Area cash. And that's why the houses in the Bay Area are so expensive, because people can do stuff like that, right? They could literally buy stuff cash using a line of credit against their stocks. So that's how people do it, right? So it kind of got me thinking, and most people made their money through one thing. If you look at Elon Musk, his first source of money was through PayPal. He used PayPal to start up Tesla, to start up Solar City, which then trickled into, Twitter, which is now X, and SpaceX, right? So everything funnels from one source and they sprinkle it over something else, right? So unless you're like Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos or Mark Zuckerberg, most likely your one source of income is gonna be from something. So for me, for the longest time, it's been my W-2 job. And the downside of my healthcare W-2 job is you have a ceiling, right? It's very stable income despite all these layoffs. It's very stable, steady Eddie W-2 job, but we get capped. I would say in my career as a pharmacist in pharmacy leadership, I'm probably earning the top 1% in terms of the salary as a pharmacist. So I can't do much better than I'm currently doing right now. So, you get kind of capped out at, let's say $300,000 is the most you can ever make or something like that. Versus if you work in tech, obviously I know people who work at Google and they make about $1 million total compensation between their base salary, their bonus, and their stock options. I'll never make that much working in health as a pharmacist unless I become a hospital CEO. But even then, hospital CEOs do not get stock options. So the only way that I could make $1 million plus if I was high up at a big pharmaceutical company, right? Work for big pharma, the big evil pharma, right? So basically I kind of hit my ceiling, right? So because of that, I either pivot to another sector, go to big pharma, go to insurance companies, go to a hospital administration where I can make more money, or I just continue to do what I'm doing. At this point, it's on autopilot, and then, work on my other side business. So my side business was a rental so building up a passive real estate portfolio. So I scaled up to 53 units of real estate, built up a lot of equity, 6 million plus. Cash flow, it's variable, about maybe $6,000 to $10,000 a month, depending on the month. So it's more variable. But as I built up this passive income real estate portfolio, I realized, I need to focus on building something that's active income, right? So that's why I've been focusing on building my personal brand on YouTube by creating content. It's a grind, if I'm being honest. I posted 1,000 videos and only have 6,000 subscribers. I'm starting to focus on Instagram again and TikTok. and YouTube Shorts because they have more virality potential, especially TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube Shorts. So I'm really focusing on posting one video a day now on all platforms. So one short a day, one YouTube video a day, one Instagram a day, one TikTok a day, because I'm trying to increase the reach and build up my personal brand, because eventually I might pivot into fixing and flipping real estate, whether that's in Alabama, whether that's in Oklahoma. Oklahoma is the most realistic. Maybe doing becoming a real estate broker in California, specifically Southern California, where I'm the broker. Christine, my wife, might be agent underneath me, and I can focus as a broker on investment real estate, and then Christine can focus on first-time home buyers, and then I can focus on building the team underneath us, because I have the leadership skills already, working in pharmacy leadership. If I can manage pharmacists and technicians and deal in healthcare, I can manage real estate agents. Right? So that's something that I've been thinking about, because where I live right now, you can sell one of these new builds and you get $30,000 a month, $30,000 in commission. And literally the Lennar agents do all the work, right? And you get the commission. Like when I bought my Lennar home in Huntsville, Alabama, like my property, my realtor got like $9,000 in commissions, and she literally did nothing besides introduced me to the Lennar agent, and then the Lennar agent would write up the contract, the Lennar agent would do all the contract, and then they would just coordinate with my realtor to do the new home orientation and do the walkthrough and give them the keys, right? So I'm like, dude, that's like if I sell one of these Lennar homes a month, that's $30,000 a month, right? And then and that's the typical commissions in LA, right? If you're getting 3%. But if you just sell new builds, it's super easy. Like you just bring people over, show them a community, show them the cost, and then they just connect them with the Lennar agent, and then the Lennar agent does most of the work, and you get a $30,000 check. So if you sell one of these a month, that's $30,000 gross a month. Maybe after taxes and all that, that's $15,000, $20,000 a month or something passive, right? But selling real estate's easy. The hard part is building the clientele base, right? But in order to build a clientele base, you have to have a social media presence. So you're constantly posting content on Instagram. So I would help if Christine do that, I would help her create content on her Instagram. I would do content on my Instagram. So I'd post one about multifamily real estate, and I'd post one about being a realtor. So I would have two, right? A post a day. And for me, I was always fixated on social media as being like virality, subscriber counts, view count. But now I'm pivoting my mindset, thanks to Gary Vee, that this is just my business card, right? My YouTube channel, my Instagram, my TikTok is just my business card to attract people over, right? And then yes, if I become big, great. But ultimately, it's my business card to stay relevant, to get attention, and to maybe attract. If through Instagram I can get one buyer, for example, that's that closes. That's $30,000 that I'm making. Right? That's just one example. If thanks to my YouTube, I get one person who joins my mentorship program and they do the high-end mentorship program to buy apartments, that can make me, $5,000 to $30,000 depending on which package they buy, right? Or if through YouTube someone brings me a great deal, I can make a lot of money from that, right? So basically, creating content consistently, it's not about virality. It's not about view count, sub count. Yes, that does help you. It's all about bringing in leads to you into your ecosystem to help you make money through a side business, right? So that's what I'm saying. I'm creating, even though I'm not a realtor yet, if I do decide to become it, I can leverage my network to become that, right? Or I could create my brokerage and then, like I said, sell one or two properties a month, and it's $30,000. That's $60,000 a month. What else do I want, right? Because California is a higher price point, and then you have people who have more money in California, so it's easy to get that goal. If you want $100,000 a month, you sell 3 or 4 of these new builds in California, 4 homes a month in California, boom, you're $100,000 per month. That's $1.2 million a year, right? And you're good at that point, right? So for me, I would try to appease towards real estate investors, right? And if they want to invest in Huntsville, Alabama, I can just transfer my license from California to Alabama, connect them with my Lennar agent, right? And then the Lennar agent will do everything for them, right? So it's super easy in terms of doing that, right? That's another source of income. And it's not hard to do that, but like you said, right now I'm trying to focus on buying real estate. I'm focused on creating content. and family planning, obviously. But for me, I need to do something, and I think my active income is going to be one of those three sources, right? It's going to be a combination of like leveraging my social media into doing fix and flips, into doing a real estate brokerage, and unless like my school community and coaching, all that blows up, then I'll do that as well. But like you said, I want to be able to add that value and get those balls rolling, right? Because I don't make much from YouTube right now, but like I said, it's free to create content, and then whatever content blows up organically, you can use that as an ad, right? So if I post a piece of content about selling homes in LA and it blows up, then I can use that as a paid ad on Instagram now. If I have a YouTube video that blows up about multifamily real estate mentorship, I can use that as an ad, right? So it's basically free advertisement if that's the way you view it, and building a personal brand. And to do that, so like that's what I'm saying. I don't make much money from YouTube right now, but it's setting the foundation and building that personal brand to make you that person, right? And it's not hard to be the top 1% anything you do. Like I've become the top 1% in terms of pharmacy in California. I've become the top 1% in terms of how much wealth I've built in my age group. In YouTube, I'm probably not going to be the 1%, but I don't need to be. And then becoming the top 1% or 5% realtor in my area may not be as hard as I think, right? I just have to be consistent and do it over time, right? Because once you build up your clientele base, you have word of mouth, and people want to work with, like you said, buying and selling real estate, it's not hard. It's just, or selling real estate, doing contracts is not hard. It's just, do you trust this person to get you the right deal and then to connect you with lenders? And I've used multiple lenders myself. So if I can get my loan origination license, and I just can refer people over to a lender and I get a kickback, right? I don't even have to do the loan. I just need to have the mortgage loan origination license, refer you over to someone in the US bank, they close on it, and then I get a referral fee, right? So like that's all it is. So like I said, I think that's the route we're gonna go. I don't know when we're gonna do it, maybe in the next year or two, because right now, like I said, I'm focusing on doing my lazy bro properties, just buying a bunch of these deals, making sure it works before I do something else. But like I said, I have a long time horizon. I want to focus on creating the content to do that, to build that active income, right? Because I know that my W-2, it's probably maxed out. My real estate, it's a slow and steady thing. It's not going to be rapid, but the things that are going to really pull my lever are like social media, building that up, and getting sponsorships. Like I work with Steadily now. So if you want a landlord insurance quote, click on my link down below to get a quote. It takes like 3 to 5 minutes. And if it's less than your amount, you can save some money. If it's more than your amount, then you know that your current policy is great. And that's great. So, I'm partnering with Resimply, trying to, as I grow and expand, like these are opportunities coming to me. And I want to learn this while working my full-time W-2. Right? So right now, my real estate income, my YouTube income, I'm not living off of that. I'm living off my W-2 income right now. So that's the leverage that you can have. And thanks to this day and age, the technology, I can do all this, right? Like I create a school community pretty easily without much effort. I can do a Shopify account without much effort. If I want to sell merchandise, I'm that big one day. So like, this is the greatest day to be an entrepreneur while working a full-time W-2 and creating content. Because and I'm leveraging AI now to take one of these videos and it'll snip it into like 10 little shorts with captions for me, and then literally I can ask ChatGPT to like write my description and caption for me that has the best SEO. I just put that into metrical to send out to all the platforms. Like it's so easy now, like especially with AI. So like it's so scary. It's so scary. And even like Riverside, which is what I use for podcasts, like it makes it very engaging and like almost like ESPN quality without doing much effort, right? So like it's the easiest it's ever been in this day and age. So super insane, super crazy. Really excited for this. And like I said, I need to focus on like building another stream of income. And like I said, like if I made $30,000 per home on average, I need to sell like 8, 9, almost 10 homes, and I basically beat my income. And these new homes sell themselves, right? It's not hard. You just have to drive out there, check out the homes, and then when you're a realtor, you can create more content because you just film yourself walking through a property, and then just analyzing the area, the neighborhood, like just giving people a tour. Like I love to do that naturally, just walk around the neighborhood, walk inside the house, and then just give people that experience, right? Like that's what I would love to do, and it's not hard, right? Like it's natural for me already. So like I'm already laying that foundation for that next level. So anyways, let me know what questions you have. Let me know hopefully this inspires you to make more active income. It keeps you encouraged at your W-2 job. And also, if you want to join my school community on a free trial, you want one-on-one coaching, you want mentorship, you want my newsletter, you want to send me an email, click my link tree down below. If you want a steadily landlord insurance quote to save money, click on my link as well to put in your address, see if you can save money. If not, oh well, you wasted 3 minutes. Otherwise, please like, comment, subscribe, and hope to see you next one. Thank you.